Host the colors.
And colors. Attention. Up. Right shoulder. Arms. Colors. Ready. Cut. Forward. Arch. Colors. Hold. Reason. Arms.
Almighty and gracious God, we pause to give thanks for the blessing that is now ours, to honor and celebrate tonight's graduates, and pray for a blessing on the meal and ceremony. We recognize that their hard work and dedication and the support of family, friends, supervisors, and countless others help them become the leaders they are, and the supervisors they will be, and for that we, Lord God, give you thanks. Bless each of them, I pray, and all of us to be our best, to do our duty, and leading by example, exemplifying integrity, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Empower these airmen and all those who have answered the call to serve, that they may lead in such a way that America will continue to be a beacon of light in land of the free. We humbly pray in your holy name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Before we continue, we ask everyone to charge your glass as we pay respects to our prisoners of war and those missing in action. Ladies and gentlemen, as you enter the dining area, you may have noticed a special table. It is reserved to honor those, our missing men and women.
Set for 6, the empty chairs represent Americans still missing from each of the services: Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and civilians, all with us in spirit.
Some were young when they went into combat. However, all Americans should never forget the brave men and women who answered our nation's call to serve and served the cause of freedom in a special way.
Let me explain the meaning of this table, and then join me for a moment of silent prayer.
The table is round to show our everlasting concern.
The cloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to serve.
The single red rose reminds us of the lives of those Americans and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith while seeking answers.
The yellow ribbon symbolizes our continuing uncertainty, the hope for their return, and our determination to account for them.
A slice of lemon reminds us of their bitter fate, captured and missing in a foreign land.
A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears of our missing and their families, who long for answers after decades of uncertainty.
The lighted candle reflects our hope for their return, alive or dead.
The Book of Faith represents the strength gained through faith to sustain us and those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God.
The glass is inverted, symbolizing their inability to share a toast.
The chairs are empty, they are missing. Let us now stand and raise your charged glass to honor Americans and prisoners of war and those missing in action, to the success of our efforts to account for them, and to the safety of all now serving our nation. Thank you, and please be seated. On behalf of the 39th Air Base Wing Commander, the İncirlik Airman Leadership School staff, and the students of Class 22 Alpha, we welcome you all to our graduation ceremony. I am Staff Sergeant at the Air Row, the 39th Civil Engineering Squadron.
And I'm Senior Airman Saeed Dindar from 39th Wing Staff Agency.
And we are your Masters of Ceremony for the initial part of this evening's ceremony. The second part of the ceremony will be emceed by ALS staff, Technical Sergeant Chrysostomos and Technical Sergeant Jimenez.
We are honored to have our İncirlik Air Base leadership with us for tonight's celebration. Please allow us to introduce our distinguished guests this evening.
The Commander, 39th Air Base Wing, Colonel Jason Greenrick.
The Vice Commander, 39th Air Base Wing, Colonel John Kelly.
The Command Chief, 39th Air Base Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Scott Schreier.
Commander, 39th Weapons System Security Group, Colonel Douglas Whitehead.
Superintendent, 39th Weapons System Security Group, Chief Master Sergeant Terry Hall.
Commander, 39th Mission Support Group, Colonel Angela Aaron.
Superintendent, 39th Mission Support Group, Chief Master Sergeant Ryan Ginter.
Commander, 39th Medical Group, Colonel Bradley Weiss.
Superintendent, 39th Medical Group, Chief Master Sergeant Miranda Minshew.
ALS Class 22 Alpha Senior Mentor is the Superintendent of the 39th Force Support Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Eduardo Albarracin.
Tonight's guest speaker is the First Sergeant of the 39th Communications Squadron, Master Sergeant Angelo Mignot.
The Commandant of the 39th Incirlik Airman Leadership School, Master Sergeant Abel McKinney Martin.
Also, seated throughout the room this evening are many other important guests whose support is essential to the ALS program. The ALS staff, along with the graduates of Class 22 Alpha, would like to thank their squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and officers for providing the support needed over the past 5 weeks.
In addition, special thanks is warranted to the family members and friends who gave up precious time on the weekends and in order to support all the hard work that has led up to this special event.
We will now relinquish the podiums to the ALS staff.
Thank you, Senior Airman Bidar and Staff Sergeant Rome, for your bravery to MC the part of the graduation. Job well done. At this time, let me draw your attention to those you've come to honor this evening. Incirlik Airman Leadership Class 22 Alpha. Thank you, class. Please be seated. The students would like to express their thoughts and experiences during ALS themselves. I'd like to welcome Senior Airman Quinn and Senior Airman Lou.
Rough crowd.
It's okay. My first shirts are still being done. Yes. Don't let them say anything.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Senior Airman Quinn, and I'm from the 39th Medical Group here at İncirlik Air Base. I just want to start off by saying on behalf of Class 22 Alpha, thank you. Thank you for your continuous support and guidance, and don't worry, we'll still need it. Thank you for believing in us and putting us in positions to succeed, even if it was very hard to watch. And finally, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight, to celebrate this very special occasion with us. Being a remote tour and away from our families is more than reassuring to know that we will always have our Air Force family. With that being said, I'd like to start out with a question. Why is it important to know your people? Well, you want to know your team. Where do they come from? What do they like? What are their strengths? I bring this up because I would say that ALS has provided a platform to distinguish not only ourselves, but for each other, what it is each person brings to the table when it comes to the big picture, the Air Force. For most of us, this was our first step in professional development. I think I can speak for all of us in saying how nice of a break it was from the established norm of day-to-day operations. During ALS, we got to come together as a collective group, be on the same schedule, and share the same goal of being where we stand tonight as graduates. How do we do that? As a class, we participated in a lot, and I mean a lot of group activities. We just love them so very much. As well as lay in some guided discussions, of course. Essentially, we're able to pull together our knowledge and experience from various different AFSCs to tackle some of the Air Force's most pressing issues. If you ask me, that was the most valuable takeaway from this class. Now I know we joked about the Student Protection Society and how everyone gets new seats like Oprah. You get one, and you get one. But standing here at this moment, I can confidently say this class succeeded. It was a genuine honor and privilege to be a part of this team. To see how we started to where we are now, I cannot wait to see how we use the skills and lessons learned from class and apply them to the real work environment. We can no longer use the excuse, I'm just an airman anymore, guys. It's time to lead. Thank you.
Thank you, Senior Airman Quinn. I am Senior Airman Arkloo from the 39th Contracting Squadron. Represent. And I am beyond humbled to stand before you as one of the 15 members walking across the stage tonight. Although each and every one of my classmates was equally, if not more qualified, I have been charged with the distinct privilege to speak on behalf of all of us. Tonight is not just a momentous occasion for us graduates, but an exhilarating moment for many of you in the audience. As coworkers, friends, and so much more, you are about to bear witness to the induction of the latest first-line supervisors and technical experts the Air Force has chosen. Chosen to continue this arduous task that is sustaining air capability, superiority, and dominance. Chosen to be adept craftsmen capable of imparting the knowledge and training onto airmen, stepping up to fill the roles we leave behind as we assume the next rank. Chosen to lead by example through embodying all facets of the whole airman concept, to include the often overlooked aspect of community involvement. Class 22 Alpha exemplified this through volunteering over 80 man-hours at the USO in the span of 24 days, ensuring its unfettered continuity as an outlet for airmen to relax, recharge, and effectively recommence the mission. The path here, while seemingly short, was filled with an amalgamation of emotions, often conjoining positive and negative, sometimes surfacing synchronously. Airman leadership's role was ever shorter, flying by in a blink of an eye. During the past few weeks, 15 of us congregated in a classroom setting, an environment that seemed so foreign to many of us. And we were tested with the most morally and ethically obscure situations in order to expose us to the world of human capital management. What seemed like absolutely insane, outlandish hypotheticals were imposed upon us, and we were expected to find the best solution. Upon the revelation that these seemingly ludicrous scenarios were actually based on reality, I determined that truth really is stranger than fiction. Sometimes it felt like resolution was impossible, but if there's only one lesson I can take away from all this, it's that every airman has a story. And that story has led to this exact time, at this exact moment, at this exact location. Applying this knowledge, one can embrace lifelong learning and open-mindedness, lead others with empathy and compassion, but most importantly, lead with flexibility. Accepting diversity is a key force multiplier, and frankly, it's just the right thing to do. The United States Air Force isn't perfect, but I truly believe it just got a little better. Thank you.
Thank you, Senior Airman Quinn and Senior Airman Liu. Class 22 Alpha, it wasn't easy, but in the end, you persevered. And upon receiving your diploma tonight, you will hold one of the most important roles the United States Air Force has to offer: supervisor. Not only do you receive a new title and new responsibilities, you also earn 8 credits towards your Community College of the Air Force degree. And now, ladies and gentlemen, dinner will be served shortly. Thank you.
Biometrics.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, the first sergeant of the 39th Communications Squadron, Master Sergeant Angelo Munoz.
Welcome, Colonel Greenbridge, Colonel Kelly, Chief Schreier, commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, to today's great event honoring our newest Air Force NCOs here at Incirlik. Class 22 Alpha, thank you for having me talk to you tonight, your graduation day. Interestingly enough, this morning I had gotten like a Snapchat that said, hey, on this date, you were in Montgomery, Alabama, celebrating your graduation in the First Sergeant Academy. So I think this was meant to be. See, Q knows over there. He was there in class with us. But obviously I'm excited for that reason as well, but more so because you're graduating today. But first, sergeants know not to let me talk in public because even though I speak from the heart, I managed to lovingly roast someone. Okay. Unfortunately, they proofread and edited this before I came out here, so there are no snaps in this speech. So when Chief A and I first sat with you, you asked us, what is something you wish they told you when you went through ALS? Chief gave his answer, and I zoned out for a moment because I started flashing back over 17 years, right back to when I was in your shoes. All I could remember from ALS was wearing my blues, riding bullets, and our instructor complaining about his knee and figuring out what kind of spinner rims he was going to get on his expedition. Aside from these initial thoughts, there were many things I wanted to say, but I didn't have the time to get it all into something short and sweet. And I said something like, learn to plan, blah, blah, blah, right? I know, I was weak. I knew Chief A or I would have to provide you with some wisdom tonight, and I'm glad I won out because I definitely need to review myself from that. Since that day, I whittled down what I wish they told me to 2 words. 2 words you will rarely hear and rarely get a chance to say. At the end of my comments, I will share them with you. I want you to remember them when it's tough and use them when you succeed. No, it doesn't start with holy and end with it. Although you will frequently use that highly technical term as an NCO. After today, you will be NCOs. You will be charged with giving lawful orders, leading your teams, innovating our Air Force to make it better for tomorrow. You will make tough decisions, decisions that will not be popular. Spend long hours ensuring you and your airmen do the right thing to accomplish the mission because this Air Force does not fail. When I was in your shoes, I did not know this. My first NCOs never told us what they were doing was to develop us to be future NCOs. They ensured they showed us. Little did I know, through their actions, they told me what was needed to be an NCO, overcome adversity, and lead our teams to success. They always made us look for the answer and never gave it to us. No matter how long or tough the job, they were always there with us. They were always there to congratulate us or there to set us straight. They did not shy away from leading. In addition to being an NCO, you will also be a supervisor. You are charged with taking care of airmen, both enlisted and officers. You will be a new airman's welcome to our Air Force. You will ease their fears. You will comfort them in their time of need. You will help them earn their first skill level. You will be a reason they re-enlist or separate. My first NCO bailed me out of jail. Long story. Another one of my NCOs took me to the hospital for a very serious surgery and told me it's going to be all right. Their leadership and empathy turned my 4-year enlistment into 22. You're saying to yourself, what the? We all know. You will be challenged. You will be tired. You will experience real fear. Leverage what your NCOs have taught you just as we have. Reach out for help, just like we have. As an airman, when our NCOs would fix something we thought was impossible, we thought they were a super airman. In reality, they knew where to find the answer, and they asked each other for help. They knew if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. In the beginning, I told you there were two words I was going to tell you at the end of my speech. Those two words are thank you. It took me years as an NCO to figure out what my NCOs taught me, and if I could see them today, I would tell them, thank you. These words will prove effective throughout your career, regardless of length. From this day forward, you are no longer an individual, but a leader of a team. Your ability to recognize and foster that team dynamic can be the difference between succeeding or failing. Your success will be theirs, so lead from the front and say thank you often. Class 22 Alpha, for what you taught me and for what you are about to embark on, I say thank you. Take care of our future leaders and teach them the lessons that took me years to understand. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Munoz, for your inspiring words and being our honored guest. We also want to thank you and Chief Master Sergeant Alvaro for your mentorship and unwavering support to our class.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to recognize those individuals who demonstrated exceptional scholarship and leadership for Class 22 Alpha. The first award being presented this evening is the Freedom Citation Award. This award is sponsored by the İncirlik-based Chiefs Group. Presenting the award tonight is Class 22 Alpha's mentor, Chief Master Sergeant Eduardo Alvarez. All students were encouraged to submit an essay on one of two topics: what freedom means to me, or why I serve. The Chiefs Group reviewed each essay and collectively selected the winner. The winner of the Freedom Citation for Class 22 Alpha is from the 39th Operations Support Squadron Senior Airman Chloe M. Pacey. Congratulations, Senior Airman Pacey, and thank you, Chief Alvarez.
The second award tonight is the Academic Achievement Award. Presenting the award tonight is Class 22 Alpha's guest speaker and mentor, Master Sergeant Angelo Munoz. The Academic Achievement Award is presented to the student who achieved the highest academic average for the overall class. The Academic Achievement Award recipient is from the 39th Maintenance Squadron Senior Airman Gavin Samuelson.
The third award presented tonight is the Airman Leadership School Commandant Award. The Commandant Award recognizes the student who demonstrated superior leadership throughout the course and is based upon the recommendation of the student's peers. Presenting the award tonight is the Commandant of the İncirlik Airman Leadership School, Master Sergeant Mabel Kinney Martin. The Commandant Award recipient is from the 39th Operations Support Squadron, Senior Airman Chloe M. Hayes.
She actually came in late for us.
Congratulations, Senior Airman Hasty, and thank you, Master Sergeant Kinney Martin.
Next is the Distinguished Graduate Award. Presenting the award tonight is our 39th Air Base Fleet Leadership, Colonel Jason Gingrich and Chief Master Sergeant Scott Schreier. The distinguished graduate has earned this award through both their continued academic achievement and demonstration of leadership abilities, which places them on the top 10% of the class. The distinguished graduate award recipient is from the 39th Contracting Squadron, Senior Airman Art Luke.
The final and most prestigious award tonight is the John L. Levitt Award. Presenting the award this evening is also Colonel Gingrich and Chief Schreier. The John L. Levitt Award is presented to the student who demonstrated excellence in leadership in all areas of school curriculum. This is the highest award given to any graduate of enlisted professional military education. Ladies and gentlemen, the John L. Levitt Award recipient for Class 22 Alpha is from 39th Civil Engineer Squadron, Staff Sergeant Isaiah.
Engineers! Lead the way!
Alright, I was hoping the first time I spoke would be the only time I spoke tonight. But, the following Sergeant Munoz said, the only thing I really have to say is thank you. Thank you to Sergeant Kinney, Sergeant Minez, especially Sergeant Strasmos as our instructor. Most importantly, thank you guys in the class. When I came into the class, everyone was new. I knew absolutely no one. And I really think that we all came together as more than just a class, as a family. We all turned around and got really close. We learned more things than we probably wanted to know about each other. But in the end, I think this was the best experience I probably had in the Air Force in a very long time. So, to all of you, thank you for putting up with me for the last 5 weeks, especially you, Dr. Strasmus. I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with, but in the end, I think that this class has been amazing. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Staff Sergeant Rome. Thank you, Colonel Gingrich and Chief Schreier. Congratulations again to all of Class 22 Alpha's award winners.
Now for the moment, Airman Leadership School Class 22 Alpha has been waiting for. It's time for the presentation of the diploma.
5 weeks ago, graduation seemed like a distant goal as the students embarked on their first PMA experience.
However, you all persevered, had each other's backs, and ensured that you would all get to walk across the stage tonight, in front of your friends, your peers, and leadership.
Remember, as you walk across the stage tonight and receive this diploma, you are no longer just airmen. You are now going to be considered as leaders. This job cannot be taken lightly. Congratulations, Class 22 Alpha.
Class Commander, form the class for graduation.
Class 22 Alpha, fall in. Sir, Class 22 Alpha, Mr.
Colonel Gingrich and Chief Schreier, will you please come forward to graduate Class 22 Alpha? From 39th Security Forces Squadron, Class 22 Alpha's Class Commander, Staff Sergeant Deanna G. Huckabee, hometown, Star City, Arkansas. From the 39th Maintenance Squadron, Senior Airman Asia Z. Batee, hometown, Tampa, Florida. From the 39th Wing Staff Agency, Senior Airman Saeed N. Bindar, hometown, Tri-Cities, Washington. From the 39th Communications Squadron, Senior Airman Zamir P. Freer, hometown, Atlanta, Georgia. From the 39th Operations Support Squadron, Senior Airman Chloe M. Hasty, hometown, Farmsburg, Iowa.
Always here. Always me.
From the 728th Air Mobility Squadron, Senior Airman Alexander M.
Round the beat. AMC. Round the beat. AMC. 721. Damn straight. Say it again for the people. Yeah, in the back. That's a lot.
From the 39th Contracting Squadron, Senior Airman Art Liu, hometown, Fremont, California.
Proud to be AMC.
That's how you do it, Ozzy.
From Motown, Georgia. From the 39th Healthcare Operations Squadron, Senior Airman Kyle M. Quinn, hometown, Enfield, Connecticut.
If you see a stray, walk away.
From the 39th Civil Engineer Squadron, Staff Sergeant Isaiah R. Rome, hometown, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Engineers! Lead the way! And the beat! MSG!
From the 39th Maintenance Squadron, Senior Airman Gavin A. Samuelson, hometown, Long Island, New York. From the 728th Air Mobility Squadron, Senior Airman Isaiah J. Tubb, hometown, Clearwater, Florida. From the 39th Security Forces Squadron, Staff Sergeant Chase A. Walker, hometown, Columbus, Ohio. From the 39th Maintenance Squadron, Senior Airman Joshua A. Wise, hometown, Cedar South Carolina.
Colonel Gifford, the floor is yours, sir.
With? Sure, the team, I mean, you guys pretty much said it all. You just had all these weeks of training. There's not too much to add on there. The one thing I did like you guys said is you can no longer use that excuse that you're airman anymore. So that's good. But what you can do now as a staff sergeant is actually use the words in all my infinite wisdom. You're allowed to say it. Don't let it go to your head. As we talked about, just because you're mentoring people, you're going to run into lots of cases, lots of things that you've never seen, even with all the wisdom you've gained. So don't forget your classmates, don't forget the mentors you've had, and don't forget the other NCOs, senior NCOs that are out there that will guide you along the way to provide more of that infinite wisdom that we need. So congratulations again. Enjoy the night. Be safe and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Colonel Gifford. As the evening draws to a close, the Airman Leadership School staff would like to thank all the sponsoring organizations listed on the back of the programs that helped make this event happen and for supporting our Airman Leadership School class. We would also like to give a special thanks to the club staff for doing such a wonderful job taking care of us tonight. We encourage you to stay and celebrate with the students here at the Enlisted Club. And if you have been drinking and are in need of a designated driver, please contact an Airman Leadership School staff member or club staff for assistance. Staff Sergeant Hubbard, form the class for the final time.
Class 22 Alpha, fall in.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, I present to you the graduates of İncirlik Airman Leadership School, Class 22 Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Class 22 Alpha leads us in the singing of the Air Force song, which can be found on the programs. After the class leads us in singing the Air Force song, please take this opportunity to follow the head table as they congratulate the students by forming a line to my far right.
1, 2, 3.
Off we go into the wild.